Esther Yu drops shocking relationship words about Hugh. It happened in a way no one expected. Not loud, not dramatic, but quietly powerful enough to shake the entire fandom. Esther Yu spoke, and the words she chose immediately became the most replayed, most analyzed, most debated sentences of the week. They were not a confession. They were not a denial either. But to fans, they sounded dangerously close to a relationship reveal, especially because every word seemed to point in one clear direction, toward Hugh. The moment took place during what was supposed to be a normal public interaction. Esther Yu was calm, relaxed, and in a thoughtful mood. When the conversation shifted toward emotions, growth, and personal connections, her tone subtly changed. Fans noticed instantly. She slowed down, chose her words carefully, and smiled in a way that felt different from her usual playful expression. Then she said something that no one was prepared for. She talked about how important it was to have someone who understands you without needing explanations. Someone who stays consistent even when things are quiet. Those words alone might not have caused chaos under normal circumstances. But given the long history of rumors linking her to Hugh, they hit like lightning. Within seconds, clips of her statement spread across social media. Fans replayed it again and again, listening closely, reading subtitles, comparing translations, and debating the meaning behind every phrase. The comment sections exploded. People asked the same question repeatedly. Was she talking about him? What made the situation even more intense was that Esther Yu did not speak in general terms. She used specific language that fans felt was deeply personal. She mentioned trust built over time. She talked about feeling safe being herself around someone. She said that real connection does not need constant attention or public display. To many fans, this sounded less like a philosophical thought and more like lived experience. Naturally, Hugh's name immediately began trending alongside hers. Fans connected the dots without hesitation. Over the past months, there had been countless rumors, from alleged late-night outings to matching schedules and subtle online interactions. None of them had ever been confirmed, but together they formed a background that made Esther Yu's words feel heavier, more intentional. People began revisiting old moments with fresh eyes. Interviews where Esther Yu blushed unexpectedly. Behind-the-scenes clips, where she and Hugh seemed unusually comfortable around each other. Fan cams, where they shared quiet laughter while cameras focused elsewhere. At the time, these moments were dismissed as friendship or coincidence. Now, fans wondered if they had been seeing hints all along. What truly shocked many was how emotionally mature Esther Yu sounded. Fans who had followed her career for years commented that this was a different side of her, less bubbly, more grounded. She spoke like someone who had experienced something meaningful and wanted to protect it rather than show it off. That shift alone convinced many that her words were not random. As discussions grew louder, anonymous industry accounts began posting vague confirmations. They did not name names, but they hinted that Esther Yu's words were not misunderstood. According to these posts, her inner circle was not surprised by the reaction because the meaning was clear to those who knew her well. These claims, while unverified, only added fuel to the fire. Hugh's side of the story added another layer of intrigue. Shortly after Esther Yu's words went viral, fans noticed that Hugh liked to post about emotional understanding and quiet companionship. It was a small action, but in the middle of the storm, it felt deliberate. Fans interpreted it as acknowledgement without direct involvement, a silent response rather than a public statement. The timing was impossible to ignore. Esther Yu spoke when rumors were already at their peak. If she wanted to shut them down, she could have chosen clearer language. Instead, she spoke in a way that allowed interpretation, almost inviting fans to read between the lines. That choice alone made people believe she was no longer trying to hide completely. Of course, not everyone agreed. Some fans urged caution, reminding others that celebrities often speak metaphorically, and that projecting relationships onto personal reflections can be unfair. They emphasize the importance of respecting privacy and not forcing labels onto situations that have not been officially confirmed. These voices, however, were quickly drowned out by the sheer emotional intensity of the moment. What stood out most was Esther Yu's confidence. She did not look nervous. She did not backtrack or laugh it off. She stood by her words calmly, as if she knew exactly how they would be received. That confidence made fans believe that whatever she was hinting at, she was comfortable with it being known, at least partially. The reaction from fans was overwhelming. Supporters flooded social media with messages of happiness and encouragement. Many said they were proud of Esther Yu for speaking honestly, even if indirectly. Others expressed hope that she had found someone who truly understood her, regardless of who it was. But the majority were convinced that the someone she described could only be Hugh. As hours turned into days, the conversation did not die down. Media outlets picked up the story, carefully wording headlines to avoid direct claims while highlighting the impact of her words. The phrase "shocking relationship" words became attached to her name everywhere. Analysts debated whether this marked a turning point in how she approached her personal life publicly. Interestingly, neither Esther Yu nor Hugh issued any clarification afterward. No denial, no confirmation. Just silence. In the world of celebrity culture, silence is rarely accidental. Fans interpreted it as acceptance of the speculation, or at least a refusal to deny something true. Meanwhile, fans noticed subtle changes. Esther Yu appeared more relaxed in subsequent appearances. Her smiles seemed softer, her energy. Hugh also appeared unusually at ease, according to fans who followed his activities closely. These observations, though subjective, strengthened the belief that something real existed behind the words. As the days passed, the story evolved from shock to quiet certainty for many fans. They stopped asking if Esther Yu was talking about HeYu and began discussing what kind of relationship it might be. A private one, a protected one, built slowly and intentionally away from the spotlight. Still, it is important to remember that nothing has been officially confirmed. Esther Yu did not name Hugh directly. HeYu did not speak publicly about her. Agencies have not released statements. Everything remains within the realm of interpretation, speculation, and fan discussion. But sometimes, confirmation does not come as a declaration. Sometimes it comes as a feeling that too many people recognize at once. Esther Yu's words carried that feeling. They resonated because they sounded real, personal, and carefully chosen. For now, fans are left with those words, replaying them, holding on to them, and waiting for another hint, another moment, another quiet signal that might turn speculation into certainty. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more update on your favorite celebrity news. Until then, Esther Yu's shocking relationship words remain one of the most talked about moments of the year, not because they revealed everything, but because they revealed just enough